let's begin. Yeah. I'll share the screen with you. Just 1 second. So in the beginning of 9th canto, Shukadeva Goswami requests, Parikshit Maharaj requests Shukadeva Goswami to describe the histories of the previous pious kings. That was the request put forward by Parikshit Maharaj to Shukadeva Goswami. Then, so he described that sun god's son is Vaivasvata Manu. His name is Shraddha Deva. So he's also called sometimes simply Manu. So he wanted a son. So Vashishta, his priest, performed a sacrifice. However, Manu's wife, Shraddha, she was wishing for a daughter instead. Manu wanted a son, but Manu's wife wanted a daughter. So then, instead of son, a daughter was born, female. Her name was Ila. So Manu was very unhappy, and he approached Vashishta and said that, no, you're all qualified priests. I wanted a son, but the result was opposite. I've achieved opposite result. So Vashishta then prayed to Lord Vishnu and transformed Ila, female, into Sudyumna. So, and this Sudyumna was the prince. So with his associates, he entered a forest of Lord Shiva, sacred forest, and he realized himself and his associates how their gender change. This is the effect of that place where any male enters, will become female. So, so Sudyumna again became female, like from Ila, he became Sudyumna. Now, because he entered into this forest, and he became female. And while he was female, the moon god's son, Buddha, was attracted, and they married, and they got a son named Pururava. So in the 9th canto, you'll hear so many names. So this is, Pururava. And so, however, the people of the country were not happy as, Sudyumna became female, and Vashishta then prayed to Shiva, and Shiva agreed that, alternate months, 1 month female and 1 month male. Sudyumna was like that, ruling the kingdom. However, people were not happy. Anyway, so eventually Sudyumna retired to forest. And he made his son Pururava, the king. So we will read about Pururava later. So basically, this chapter says that Sudyumna is entitled Sudyumna, King Sudyumna becomes woman. That's it. Keep it simple. And then we'll move on to the next chapter, chapter 2, the dynasties of the sons of Manu. So now that Manu's son, Sudyumna, he retired, then Manu, he had worshipped Lord Vishnu and performed austerities for a long time, 100 years on the bank of Yamuna. And he obtained 10 sons. So you can see here Manu with his wife Shraddha, they had 10 sons. Ikshvaku is the eldest. So then there is a story of Prashruddha, Prushadra. So it is mentioned here. There are dynasties of each king. Only the prominent, the pastimes of prominent kings were mentioned here. So the pastime of Prashruddha was he was given task to look after cows. But in the night, while he was guarding the cows, a tiger entered into the crowd. And so he took his sword and chased the tiger. And, he thought he had killed the tiger. But in the morning, because it was dark, in the morning when he saw that actually had mistakenly, knowingly killed the cow. The tiger seer got fierce and it ran away. And when Vashishta, his priest, came to know, he cursed Prashruddha, Prushadra to, become a Shudra. And like that. He cursed him. But however, Prushadha went to forest and he renounced everything. And with one pointed attention, he worshipped Lord Shiva. And he went back to Godhead. So the Vashishta's curse did not affect him. So Vashishta cursed Prashadra to take birth as a Shudra in his next life. But here, that curse, there was no next life for him at all. He just worshipped the Lord. So then what else? Like there are other dynasties, only the names were given, so which we are not going to talk very much. Yeah. So we'll move on to the next chapter. Chapter 3 is entitled The Marriage of Sukanya and Shavanamuni. So if you see this chart here, another son of Manu is called Sharyati. This Sharyati had a daughter named Sukanya. King Sharyati had a daughter named Sukanya. He visited the ashram of Chavanamuni with his daughter, Sukanya. And when, there were some glowing objects in an anthill, Sukanya, out of curiosity, he pierced that glowing objects. But actually, they were the eyes of Chavanamuni, who was in that anthill. Not knowing this, Sukanya accidentally pierced. So, as a result of this, King Shariati and his followers suffered some difficulties. And, fearing that Shavanamuni would curse Shariati, he simply said that, he had handed over his daughter Sukanya to old invalid Shavanamuni. And Shariati left from that place, King Shariati. So Sukanya was serving Chavanamuni faithfully, although he was very old and his skin was like loose. Uh, so once Ashwini Kumaras, they visited the ashram of Shavanamuni. They were heavenly physicians. Shavanamuni had requested to give him youth, to make him youthful. And Ashwini Kumaras have created one lake and asked Shavanamuni to jump and take bath. Along with Shavanamuni, they also jumped. So 3 people came out, all youthful, having very bodily beauty. So, and Sukanya was perplexed, was not able to identify her husband, Chavanamuni, who was old before, but all 3 looked looked alike. So she begged Ashwini Kumara, she prayed, please, show me my husband. So they praised her chastity. She did not pick anyone, but she took shelter of Ashwini Kumaras. So the Ashwini Kumaras were very happy and presented the young Chavanamuni, very young, handsome. So after some time, Sukanya's father, Shariati, visited that place, and he was a little surprised and shocked to see the young husband of young son-in-law, young person. And he chastised Sukanya, how you did this. You gave up your old husband. But Sukanya narrated the entire story. Shariati was very pleased, and the Ashwini Kumaras, they were for some reason not allowed to drink somrasa. Shavanamuni had promised that he would give a full pot of somrasa if they make him youthful. So now it's his duty to give him that pot of somarasa. So he made Shariati, with the help of Shariati, performed a great sacrifice. And after the sacrifice had finished, he collected that somras, a big pot, and he was about to hand over to Ashwini Kumaras. Indra took his thunderbolt and he aimed at his Ch1-9's hand, but ch1-9 was so powerfully paralyzed Indra's hand. And so Indra accepted, yes, going forward, we will give Ashwini Kumaras a share in the Somarasa. So that's how the third chapter concludes. And there is, in the third chapter, there is also mention of this Shariati's descendants. We studied only about Sukanya daughter, but Shariati had three sons. And so one of the sons' name is Anartha. And in that lineage, a person, a king named Kakudmi comes. Kakudmi's daughter was Revati. So Kakudmi traveled to Brahmaloka, taking his daughter Revati, asking Lord Brahma for a suitable match for her daughter Revati. So when Kakudmi and his daughter Revati reached Brahmaloka, Lord Brahma was having a little bit of a fun time, like basically Gandharvas were performing Kirtan. So they waited for some time. And when Brahma asked Kakudmi about the match for her husband, her daughter, Lord Brahma advised, yes, now several yugas have passed while you have while you are coming here, several generations. So now Lord Baladev is there. So I recommend that you should hand over Revati to Lord Balram. So this Revati is now, we understand, she's coming in the lineage of Shariati, who is coming in the lineage of Manu, solar dynasty. So Revati was given in marriage to Balram, but Revati was so tall, Balram with his plow pushed her down. So that pastime was also incident is also mentioned in this chapter. Then we will move on to the famous story of Ambarish, Ambarish Maharaj. So we have heard this story several times, but it's very purifying. So here there is Palashruti given at the end. Let me read this Palashruti. So anyone who chants, even thinks about this narration of Ambarisha, becomes a pure devotee of the Lord and becomes liberated. So even if we narrate or hear, in due course, we have a potential to become a pure devotee of the Lord. So very pious Ambarish Maharaj activity. So let me bring up that. Maharaj Ambarish was a great devotee of the Supreme Lord, Vasudeva, and of the saintly persons who are the Lord's devotees. Because of this devotion, he thought of the entire universe as being insignificant as a piece of stone. So all his opulences he considered to be a piece of stone. he understood that Supreme Lord is everything. Uh, and so he performed bhakti. These are the famous verses, if anybody is making notes. 9, 4, 18 to 20. You can see on the screen. So, what did he do? How did he perform devotion unto the Lord? How did he engage various senses in the service of the Lord? Savai mana Krishna padaravindayor vachamsi vaikunta gunanu varnane करौ हरेर्मन्दिरमर्जनादिषु श्रुतिं चाकाराच्युतसत्कथोदये मुकुन्दलिङ्गलयदर्शने दृशौ तद्भृत्यगात्रास्परिशेऽङ्गसङ्गमम् ग्रानं च तत्पादसरोजसौरभे श्रीमत्तुलस्या रसनां तदर्पिते पादौ हरे क्षेत्रपादानुसर्पणे शिरो वृषिकेशपादाभिवन्दने कामं च दास्येन तु कामकामया यतोत्तमश्लोकजनाश्रयारतिः. So Maharaj Amrish, he always engaged his mind on the lotus feet, thinking of his mind, always thinking, Mana Krishna Padaravindayo. Mind is focused on the lotus feet of Lord Krishna. Vachamsi, the words, Vaikunta Gunanu Varnane. He was always talking about the Lord, Lord's pastimes, glories of the Lord. That's how he engaged his speech. What about his hands? Mandira Marjanadishu, for cleansing the temples. He used his hands. About the power of hearing, he heard Krishna Katha, Hari Katha, and his eyes in seeing the temples of the Lord, Lord's form, and his sense of touch. He touched the devotees gently. And his tongue, tulasi water that has been offered. And his nose to smell tulasi and other flowers that have been offered to the Lord. About his feet, padau, hare kshetra padanu sarpane, visiting the holy places of the Lord. He walked to the holy places. That's how he used his feet. Shiro, his head. He used to bow down, padabhivandane, used his head to bow down in front of the Lord and Lord's form. About his desires, kamam chadasyena tu kama kamaya. He used his desires to fulfill the desires of the Lord. Say, if he wished to have a big house, he used to build a big temple to the Lord. All his desires in fulfilling the desires of the Lord. That's how he used it. Say, and all his desires in serving the Lord 24 hours a day. Indeed, Maharaj Ambarisha never desired anything for his own sense gratification. He engaged all his senses in devotional service, in various engagements related to the Lord. This way, this is the way to increase attachment for the Lord and be completely free from all material desires. So even though he was king, he had time to perform devotion. And why not for us? We are not that busy compared to great kings. We should also have time. We should find time for devotion and following in the footsteps of Amrish Maharaj. We should also engage various senses in the devotional service. Rishikesha, Rishikena, Rishikesha Sevanam, Bhakti Ruchyate. So by engaging the senses in the service of the master of the senses is called bhakti. Once Maharaj Amarish decided to observe the Ekadashi, Dwadashi Vrata for an entire year. So that time, so he was doing this on the bank of river Yamuna. So just 1 second, yeah. And then after completing that 1 year, so he wanted to, he fed on Dwadashi day, he fed Brahmanas nicely and offered gifts. Then he was ready to break his fast before the time, before the time finishes. Like, there is a break fast time in which you break your fast. So that time, Ambarish Maharaj, Durvasa Muni appeared on the scene. And so king received, he was uninvited guest. And king received Durvasa Muni nicely and requested him to, take prasad. But Durvasa Muni said that he would go to river Yamuna, take his bath and come back. So Durvasa Muni went to river Yamuna, and he was taking time. But in the meantime, the time to break his fast is missing, is being missed. So then the king took advice of the saints there, devotees present. He asked, what should I do? I have a guest who went out to take bath and had not returned. The Vedic system is that when the guest comes, you have to feed the guest first. That's the Vedic system. So, but in the meantime, only few minutes are there. He had observed this for a year. And he has been doing this for the pleasure of the Lord. So to respect, the Lord's, protocol given by the Lord, with the permission of the Brahmanas present there, he took a drop of water. So a drop, not even a glass. Taking this drop of water is like breaking fast, and at the same time also not breaking fast. Eating, not eating, water is considered to be subtle like that. He did not, take a full meal, or he did not drink so many glasses of water. So this is to respect the protocol given by the Lord, honor the system given by the Lord. So Durvasa Muni appeared on the scene. He became, with his, yogic potency, mystic potency, he understood that Amrish Maharaj had drank a drop of water without feeding him. So he became angry, and so he took a strand of hair uh, and he threw it on the ground and generated a fiery demon. And this fiery demon rushed towards Amrish Maharaj. Um, hmm. So fiery demon, you can see here in the pictures, rushed towards Amrish Maharaj and wanted to kill Amrish Maharaj. However, Amrish Maharaj was very stable. He was not panicking at all. Just like our Prahalad Maharaj, even though uh, he was put into, torture by his father, he was never afraid of anything, never afraid of death, because he was always seeing the Lord's presence and he had taken full shelter of the Lord. Quality of fearlessness is a sign of a devotee, one of the signs of a devotee. Abhay. In the 16th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, it is mentioned. Abhayam sattva samshuddhir, divine quality, fearlessness. And so because he had taken complete shelter, so he was, not disturbed at all. But, the Lord Sudarshan disk appeared all of a sudden, and it killed the fiery demon, then chased Durvasa Muni. So the heat of Sudarshan was unbearable for Durvasa. He was trying to escape from it, and he went all over the, earth, oceans, hills, mountains. He wanted to hide everywhere. He was trying to hide everywhere, but wherever he went, he saw Sudarshan was following the disc of the Lord. So then he decided to go to Brahma. Brahma said, "No, I can't offer you protection from Sudarshan disc." Then he went to Shivji. Lord Shiva also said, "No, not possible. I suggest you go and see Lord Vishnu." So within the universe, there is a planet in which Lord Vishnu lives. So Durvasa then went to Vaikunta within this planet, not outside the planet. And there was a beautiful conversation. So we will try and read a little bit of that section. Okay. Let me know if anyone is willing or in a position to read. Otherwise, I can explain. Not a problem.
I can read.
Yes, from 62. Yeah, 61.
Text 61. The Rasa Muni, the great mystic, caused by the heat of the Sudarshan Chakra, fell at the lotus feet of Narayan. His body trembling, he spoke as follows: O infallible, unlimited Lord, protector of the entire universe, you are the only desirable objective for all devotees. I am a great offender. My Lord, please give me protection. Text 62. O my Lord,
Here, one point, Alkamadeji, here he's, uh, he's not hiding anything. He says, when there is offense made, we have to accept I'm an offender. So he was straightforward. I'm a great offender. Please forgive me. Yeah, not beating the bush around. Yeah, please go on.
text 62. O my Lord, O Supreme Controller, without knowledge of your unlimited prowess, I have offended your most dear devotee. Very kindly save me from the reaction of this offense. You can do everything, or even if a person is fit for going to hell, you can deliver him simply by awakening within his heart the holy name of your Lordship.
Thank you. So just 1 second. And then Lord spoke in response to that. I've offended your devotee. Please forgive me. You can do anything. You can forgive me if you want. But Lord spoke here. Hmm? This is a famous verse. Shri Bhagavanu Vacha Aham Bhakta Paradino Hi Asvatantra Ivadvija साधुभिर्ग्रस्तहृदयो भक्तिर्भक्तजना प्रिया aham bhakta paradina. I am controlled by my bhaktas, my devotees. They control me. Asvatantra. I am not, you know I am actually dependent. Swatantra means independence. So I'm actually dependent on my devotees. Hmm? I am not independent, completely control of my devotees. Because my devotees are completely devoid of material desires, I sit only within the core of their hearts. What to speak of my devotees? Even those who are devotees of my devotees are very dear to me. Bhaktir Bhakta Jana Priya. And then Lord further says, uh, so this is also a famous verse. But anyway, O best of the Brahmanas, without saintly persons, for whom I am the only destination, I do not desire to enjoy my transcendental bliss and my supreme opulence. Since pure devotees give up their homes, wives, and children, relatives, riches, and even their lives, simply to serve me without any desire for material improvement, in this life or in the next, how can I give up such devotees of mine? Here, a chaste woman bring their gentle husbands under control. Basically, a partner out of love can bring, their co-partner under the control. Similarly, pure devotees of the Lord also bring Lord under control by serving. This is the secret. If you want to, that's why Mother Yashoda could control. Mm. Uh, yes. Uh, so, yeah, Mother Yashoda could control him. So if he render devotion, then you will bring Lord under your control. Mm. And yeah, so this one. Sadhavo hrudayam mayam sadhunam hrudayam tvaham madanyat te na janati naham tebhyo managapi. So Lord Vishnu says, in my heart, I'm in the devotee's heart, but devotees are also in my heart. That means Lord is thinking about his devotees all the times. They don't know anything about other than me, and similarly, I don't know anything about other than my devotees. Uh, and uh, and then Lord Vishnu gives him advice. I can't do anything. I advise you, for your protection, simply go and beg forgiveness from my devotee. Hmm. Um, so, and all good fortune unto you. Hmm. Like that, Lord Vishnu tells. Um, so, here, the point is that if we offend a devotee, better confess and beg forgiveness from the same devotee. Uh, hmm. And yeah, so following the advice of Lord Vishnu, Durvasa Muni came back to um, Amrish Maharaj and actually fell at the feet of Amrish Maharaj. Hmm. You can see this in the picture. So here you can see in the third picture where my cursor was moving. So this was the Sudarshan was chasing him up. But Ambarish Maharaj, he felt a little bit ashamed. This great, this great sage is touching my feet. I am a king and he's a great sage. So he felt little ashamed. Then he offered prayers to pacify Sudarshan. And Sudarshan was very much pacified and he was withdrawn. Uh, then, so um, Durvasa Muni and Amrish Maharaj, they had prasadam together um, for all this. So this took 1 year. Um, the movement of Durvasa Muni. So from the release of fiery demon till he returned, it took 1 year. So that 1 year, Maharaj Ambarish did not take prasad. He was just drinking only water. He was waiting for Ambarish Maharaj to come, and they had prasadam together. And then, so let me see. There are a couple of important points that I want to read. Uh, hmm. So Durvasa Muni glorifies the greatness of devotee. Durvasa Muni tells Amrish Maharaj, today I have witnessed the greatness of the Supreme Lord's devotees. O King, although I have committed an offense, you have prayed for my good fortune. What is impossible to do for the devotees? And what is impossible to give up for the devotees? Devotees have achieved the Supreme Lord, the Master of the pure devotees. Simply by hearing the holy name of the Lord, one becomes purified. So, like this, Ambarish Maharaj, Durvasa glorifies the devotees of the Lord. Hmm? Um, so he says, I am satisfied by your hospitality and favored by you, favored by you. By my intelligence, I understand you are a pure devotee. Simply by seeing, touching, and talking with you, I have been pleased. Hmm. So, like that, he glorifies Amrish Maharaj. Hmm. Uh, so, he departed, Durvasa Muni departed to Brahmaloka, glorifying Amrish Maharaj. He spoke the glories of Ambarish Maharaj to his Brahman realized friends in the Brahmaloka. That is the greatness of bhakti. Mm. Uh, Ambarish Maharaj thus performed bhakti unto Lord Vasudeva. Mm. Um, and so then at the end, Amrish Maharaj retired, dividing the kingdom among his sons. So that's how that chapter ends. Uh, then the story of Shaubri Muni comes mm, uh, in the sixth chapter. Uh, Shaubri Muni was performing austerities under the waters of river Yamuna, and at one time he saw two fish mating, and he developed a desire to get married. He was within that waters, and so there is a backstory of him why he had developed that material desire. uh, because once Garuda came to eat fish in river Yamuna, because that was his food. So he cursed Garuda not to come and disturb the fish there. Garuda is a Vaishnav. uh, and so Prabhupada writes that because of that offense against a Vaishnava, Garuda, he had developed this desire, and he came out, and that time on the bank of river Yamuna, Mathura city was there, and Mandhata was ruling. And he just went and said to the king Mandhata, "So can I have one of your daughters? So I want to get married." So Mandhata was very clever. This was old, invalid person basically. He was very, very old. So Mandhata cleverly said, "You may accept any of my daughters if they are willing." So he had 50 daughters. Uh, so when Shaubari Muni was approaching the princesses, then he thought, who would accept if they look at me being old, they would not accept. Then he transformed himself into a young, handsome man. And all the daughters, 50 daughters, desired him. So he, he got married. Mm. And and with his mystic potency, he had created so many palaces and various paraphernalia within the palaces. Even Mandata was shocked to see the opulences of this Shaubari Muni. But after begetting children, at some point he realized, oh, I wasted so much of my time in sense gratification. I was actually performing austerities in the waters of river Yamuna, and somehow or other my intelligence got polluted and I became diverted from the path of yoga. And then he went back, and so he performed austerities again. And yeah, so he went back to Godhead, and his wives, they served him while he was doing mystic yoga. They also got liberated. So that was mentioned in chapter 6. Mm. So, yeah, the story of chapter 7, the story of Arichandra was mentioned. So, how he did not, I know, he didn't have any children, how he worshipped Varna, how he begot a son named Rohita, and how he performed a sacrifice was mentioned in chapter 7. Then the chapter 8 talks about the sons of Sagara Maharaj. They meet Lord. Hmm? Um, Sagara Maharaj, he was performing sacrifice for the pleasure of the Lord under the guidance of Arva Muni. Um, but Indra became little insecure and he stole the horse of Sagara Maharaj, and he took it uh, to the ashram of Kapila Muni and hid there. So Sagara Maharaj had two wives, and one wife, Sumati, had 60,000 sons. These 60, so Sagar Maharaj had ordered his sons, 60,000 sons, to go and find the horse. So they dug the earth, dug up the earth, and so then eventually came to the ashram of Kapila Muni. Kapila is the incarnation of Godhead. So Indra somehow or other corrupted, polluted the minds of these 60 sons of Sagara. And with that polluted intelligence, they thought Lord Kapila had actually stolen the horse. And they shouted, looking at Kapila Muni, kill him, like that. But the fire from their body, within their body, and it ignited their bodies, intensified. The fire got intensified, and so they got burned to ashes then, there and then. So then another son, Amshuman, was there to another wife, Keshini, but in that lineage comes so Asamanjasa was there. Another son was Asamanjasa. Asamanjasa's son was Amshuman. And um, so grandfather Sagara requested Amshuman to go and find the horse. So, following in the footsteps of his uncles, 60,000 uncles, he went to Kapilashram. But Amshuman was so pure in his intelligence, he recognized Kapila Dev's identity, and he offered prayers to Lord Kapila. And Lord Kapila was very happy and he said to take the horse back. But however, if you want your uncles, 60,000 uncles to be delivered, they can only be delivered by the touch of Ganga. You have to bring Ganga. Hmm. So then Amshuman performed austerities to bring Mother Ganga, but he died. His son Dilipa, he also performed austerities for some time. He died. And Dilipa's son was Bhagiratha. So he performed austerities to bring Ganga down. So Ganga Devi appeared, and so she said, basically, I'm more than happy to come down, but I have got a couple of issues. One is that, when I uh, fiercely fall on the earth, I may pierce the earth's surface and go down to the lower planetary system, and so the demons there will take advantage of me, so that should not happen. So I need a person who can withstand my force. That's one. Second was that when I descend, all the sinful people may take bath, and I get contaminated. They give their sins to me. But how do I get purified? So Bhagirath had answers for these two. Firstly, he said, "No problem. I will worship Lord Shiva, and he can withstand your force. And secondly, regarding how she can be purified, Bhagirath says that when the Lord's devotees take bath, they purify you. Hmm? So when common people take bath, they get rid of their sins. But when the pure devotees of the Lord take bath in Ganga, they purify Ganga. This is what Bhagirath said. And he worshipped Lord Shiva. He was Ashutosh, very quickly pleased. And he agreed, and Mother Ganges descended, and Vishnupadi. So Ganga is famous because it washed the feet of Lord, lotus feet of the Lord, and Ganges contains the dust of the lotus feet of the Lord. And so Bhagirath eventually took Mother Ganga to the place where his uncles got burnt up. And so they got delivered. Hmm. So we'll stop there, and we have completed around nine chapters, and so we will try and complete the rest of the chapters. Hopefully, in the next session. Ninth chapter is full of names and all different small stories. So so slightly different from other cantos. Loads of names come in this chapter because it's the we are discussing the dynasties of sun god, and then we will also discuss this dynasty of moon god. Several kings have appeared. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Nitai Gaura Premanandi. Hari Hari Bol.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Thank you, Guru. Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you so much. Hare
Thank you,
Krishna.
Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Yes, Nisha Mataji. You had a question?
Sorry, yeah, Prabhuji, I have a question. Hare Krishna.
Go on.
So my question is, why Lord Indra hid the horse in Kapila Muni's ashram? Because he's committing sin by killing all the sons, isn't it? Who's going to come and find him? So is he going to pay off the sins for killing all these people because he planted that?
So whenever someone performs a sacrifice, Lord Indra becomes insecure because the Vedic system is that one who completes 100 Ashwamedha yajnas, 100 sacrifices, is eligible to sit on the throne of Indra. So, yes, he gets insecure. So, he does this several times. He steals the horse. In the story of Prithu Maharaj also, he had done it. So yes, with regards to your question, whether he gets some sin, maybe. But like he polluted the intelligence, but whereas he could not influence Bhagirath, you see, Amshman. Yes, Amshman. So Asamanjasa's son was Amshuman. Amshuman could recognize Kapila Dev. So there could be some problem with from the inherently within them in 60,000 sons of Sagara. You see, but Amshuman was so pure that Indra could not influence Amshuman.
Okay.
Yeah, so ultimately Lord's arrangement.
So
Yeah,
just
so Indra being in that position, of course, Lord had given him that service. So whenever does sacrifices, he gets a little bit insecure.
is he all the Lord Indra, like all the Manvantras have Indra. So
See,
all of them
every Manvanta, Indra is a post.
yeah.
It's not the name. And the name of the person who occupied the throne of Indra for this Manvantara is named Purandara.
Okay. Okay.
So in the next Manvantara, Bali Maharaj will be Indra. He will become Indra.
Okay. So
Every Manvantara, all the demigods changes. Not Lord Brahma. Lord Brahma will be there. Like one day of Brahma, there will be 14 Manvantaras. So 14 times the demigods will change.
so is the 14 of them they do the Ashwamedha Yagya, 100 for sacrifice.
So that's a good question. Your point is that whether all the people who get awarded Indra's position, whether they had done Ashwamedha Yajnas, they could have done something else, piety. Some pious person will be kept there anyway. So they have to have that in their CV. They have to have that much piety.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Are you by any chance applying for Indra's position?
No, I'm not. I'm just bit
I'm
insecure
only
about Indra
kidding.
being
I'm
killing
only
us.
kidding.
Just worried about the other, kings who's gonna get planted his motives behind Indra.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know. We can't reach it, but yeah, I have no. Actually, I don't want to be Indra.
I was only kidding. Don't worry.
Thank you, Prabhuji. But
Hare
he's Lord
Krishna.
Indra. He's giving us rain, so humble
Yeah.
obeisance to him.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Thank you
Thank you,
so
Prabhuji.
much.
Thank you so much.